So probably 100,000 to 1,000,000 people were protesting in Australia, protesting against the Holocaust in Gaza. And Australia says that it's not a matter of if, but when they will recognize Palestinian statehood, joining France and UK and Canada and probably other countries as well, but at least those countries to start with. Now, shutting down a bridge is fantastic, in much respect to everybody who protested and everybody who's been protesting. We are winning and will win this. So thanks everybody for doing that. Of course, I share your frustration, horror, and sadness that we didn't win earlier, that we're not, every day that we haven't stopped it, more innocent people are being killed. But the countries that are acknowledging Palestinian statehood now, first of all, it's not a sympathy statehood. They could have acknowledged statehood years ago and helped stop this earlier. But in some ways, it is a sympathy statehood because it's being prompted by sympathy. But to that extent, then all of this has won for the Palestinian people, and the only real difference was October 7th. So that turned out to be a win for Palestine because of Netanyahu's reaction. Although, if you've seen my content since the very beginning, I've said Netanyahu orchestrated it with Hamas for an excuse to do this, thinking he would be able to fully genocide everybody and make Gaza some real estate for Trump resort or something. Because Trump and Netanyahu are both Putin puppets. Putin controls everything they do. And I've again been saying this for years, and every single thing that's ever happened has borne it out. So Putin plays both sides of things, of course, controlling Hamas too. That's how it was orchestrated, the October 7th attack. But again, it was an excuse for Netanyahu, and it shows the willingness of Netanyahu and Nazionists, Zionists, to do this. They've been willing and wanting to do this the whole time. They just needed that excuse. So they made that excuse. And it's ended up backfiring on them because of the extent to which they've taken their war, their genocide, and prompted these states to recognize Palestinian statehood. The problem with that is if they're just saying something, again, they're showing how it worked out for Palestine in the end, although sacrificing all these innocent people to do so, it really could have been done a much easier and less murderous way, less genocidal way. And it would have helped if these states had recognized Palestine before. The reasons for recognizing Palestine remain the same. They've just gotten sympathy, but it's not just sympathy statehood is my main point here. And they haven't really gotten the full support because the same states are still arresting protesters and beating protesters. I saw in France, with Macron being the first president to say he's going to recognize Palestinian statehood, well, his police were still ripping Palestinian flags away from protesters and arresting them and abusing them. So France, Macron has not used his power to live up to that yet. So it doesn't count. Just like Ukraine banned a protest group, but has been saying they'll recognize statehood. You can't have it both ways. You can't, Piers Morgan can't say it's a genocide, but still defend Trump and say he's not a fascist. Yesterday, in an interview with Mehdi Hassan, Alex Padilla can't protest the Holocaust here at the concentration camps, Alligator Auschwitz, here in America, but not vote to save people in Gaza, to stop sending weapons to Israel, like Bernie Sanders and 25 other senators did. So, or 24 others. So you have to support it all. And Australia says, if and when, go ahead and say it now. And you don't even have to clear the bridge. You can support the protest and let the protest grow until